Howdy, folks. Happy holidays, happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas. We've got about 2 weeks left until Christmas, and Hanukkah has already begun. So it's not too late. Thanks to the technology known as Amazon Prime, you can get some gifts delivered very quickly to you. And so I'm doing a first for me. This is my 2023 10 gift suggestions for musicians and composers. And I just made that title up off the top of my head. This is totally casual. I'm just wanted to throw some ideas out there. The kids are asking me, Dad, what do you want for Christmas? I'm like, I don't know. I have no idea. I don't really need anything. It's my money anyway, so just get something you like. But I figured I'd throw some suggestions out there to folks that might not know what to get a musician for a child or an adult learner, or maybe for themselves as a suggestion to your own kids. So let me crank out some music real quick here. This is a recently released album of mine with primetime tracks. My friends over there, we released this last month. This is on Spotify right now. It'll probably trigger the copyright stuff. These are all my arrangements, but Primetime owns the publishing on these, so fortunately they allow usage without penalty to my site, which is good because it's my music. I'm playing all the music on these, all the instruments, all the horns, rhythm section, etc. This is mine, so let's fire up the holiday spirit, and then we'll start talking about some gift ideas for you. Alrighty. So these are no particular order, but let's start with number one, the Orba 2 by Artifon. This is a really cool handheld instrument. It's dense. You can sample sounds and install them into it. It's got its own sound bank already. It's a tactile, really cool, neat little thing. I think it's the most expensive thing on my list at $149, but a really cool, unique gift for someone that wants to have a portable way to make music. They can take it with them. It's got an app that syncs up with it. Very, very cool toy. I wouldn't say toy, actually. It's a true instrument. Very cool thing. So it's the Orba 2 by Artifon. And by the way, I've got links to all these things in my video description. They're affiliate links, so I'll get a couple cents for each thing that you guys buy. So I'll probably make $12 based on my traffic. But, you know, that's okay. I'm not doing this to make money. I'm doing it to help folks out because I'm a giver. Number two, the Otamatone. This is a very fun musical instrument. Japan's favorite musical toy / instrument. It makes an analog buzzing sound in 3 octaves. I've got one, but it's broken. I've had it for several years, and I've worn it down. It's got a short now. But it's really cool, and there's some really funny videos out there, some heavy metal type stuff on YouTube. So if you search for Automatone on YouTube, you'll find some really cool examples of what it can do. Basically, it's an octave slide, and there's an octave button in the back. You can go up or down 1 octave, so a full 3 octave range. And it's got different tones. I think 2 different tones, and it's just think of it like a trombone. It's not specific if you slide, but it's really fun, and the sound changes when you squeeze his face. So you can have a whole lot of fun, like a musical puppet almost. So that's the Otamatone from Japan for $80. The Stylophone. This has been around a long time, actually. $35 little electronic analog synthesizer. Very cool, very affordable, tactile. Got a metal keyboard, got a little stylus on it. Just another interesting noisemaker. Don't get it for the little kids if you don't want to drive yourself crazy in the house. But a neat little synthesizer. And I'm going to recommend for all these gifts that you go do some research, look on YouTube to find demos, just to see what they sound like. Some of these things I have, some of these things I don't. I don't have the Orba. I do have the Automatone. I think my son has the Stylophone. I don't know where that went. But these are all pretty cool things. So the next one, Magic Writer pencils. I live by these things. I love these things. My wife got me these several years ago. They are just fantastic. And you see the, is this the right way? Yes, Master Writer. These are just lead pencils. They come with the erasers. I write a lot on paper. I sketch. That's what I do. And these pencils are great. Now, there's all sorts of pencils. You know what it's like when you were back in high school and you found a really good number 2 pencil where the lead was nice and soft. More importantly, it erases really well. You hate those oily pencils that you write and then you erase and it just makes a big smudge. These erasers work great with this graphite / lead. So these are the Magic Writer pencils. I got the link in the description below. There's no affiliate link there. I just really like their product. Next up, I got guitar picks holder. Most of my guitar picks are underneath the turntable, television stand, or inside my acoustic guitars. But for folks that play guitar regularly, I do not. I think this is a nice little way to give them something that's useful. Put all your picks there, and if you want to take it a step further, you could get a bag of guitar picks. You can get them online, you can go to your local Guitar Center or Sam Ash music store, but try to figure out what thickness or strength or type of pick your guitar playing family or friend member likes, soft, medium, hard, etc. But this is a simple, practical little thing. Speaking of practical, speaking of simple, a mechanical metronome. Now you could go with an app on your phone. There's lots of great apps out there, but one of the most important things for musicians to do is play with good time, especially in the beginning. When you're practicing your scales and your arpeggios, you do them slowly and you do them in tempo. And a nice mechanical metronome, slide the weight to the tempo you want, click, 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 you wind it up, it goes. There's something kind of traditional and special about that manual, real-time click in your face. Put it where you can hear it best, and practice those scales in time. Don't rush. Without good time, music is really just messy to listen to. So definitely a very good practical gift. And this is the physical one. I think it's kind of old school, more traditional. Apps are great, electric devices are great, but I think this physical one is just a nice little touch. Next up is Chord Dice. Now, a couple years ago, I did a review on musical dice, and they were 12-sided and each die had one of the 12 notes in the Western chromatic scale. This is the same concept, but each die has 8 different chord types on it. So if you get into a creative glut, you just want to try something new, experimental, roll these dice to get yourself some chord progressions to make some suggestions to you that you can try out. And is it going to be great all the time? No, but the whole point is to get you thinking outside of your normal traditional box. And so roll some dice, see what you get. Mix the order up. Use it just as a creative fire starter. This next one here, the Mini US keyboard by Chord. This is a really cool keyboard. I have this exact keyboard. I've used it for years. I actually wrote an entire album using this keyboard. It's also with primetime tracks. It's called Analog Clouds. It's an 80s retro synth, Stranger Things type ambient analog synth compilation of 12 tracks. And I wrote all the tracks except for 1 or 2 while on airplanes. I was flying a lot during business. And so I'd have my laptop, I'd have my little external USB, and I had this little nano keyboard and my noise canceling Bose headphones. And I wrote 10 of the 12 tracks on that album using that little keyboard on airplanes, Southwest and American usually. So very, very cool. It's USB, it's not Bluetooth, so you got to connect it, but it's got a light touch, it's got some octave up and down buttons, modulation and sustain button for lots of different styles, for noodling, for taking musical notes. You can't go wrong. And it's the exact width of a laptop. What else we got here? Musical socks. These are real practical. People don't think about this. You have folks in the family that have musical gigs, or you do gigs yourself. You got to wear your tux, you got to wear your suit. Add a little secret flair down below, by your ankles. Get some colorful socks, musical socks. I've got several pairs of these. They're always great. They always, get a laugh. And some folks get pretty serious about their silly socks. So for your musician and your family and your friend circle, get some musical socks. I've got a link here. They'll take you to one place. There are myriad musical sock choices out there. You look for the ones that are Amazon Prime that you'll get before Christmas, because a lot of these are made overseas and might not get here in time. So make sure you find out where they're coming from and what the delivery date is. And then my last one, like socks, musical t-shirts. I've got a link to a section in Amazon here. Tons of options. I have this particular shirt, but with a saxophone instead of a guitar. This is subtle. There's lots of over-the-top musical t-shirts, and that might be the style of the person you're giving a gift to. But I like more subtle. So there's a whole bunch of styles. Go to this link here, and you can scroll through the various styles out there. Make sure you get the right size. I would order a size up just because they tend to shrink. Or I'm growing, maybe that's what it is, eating too much, holiday time. But these are simple, basic, practical things that folks will like. Figure out their colors, their styles, their instruments. There's all sorts of great stuff out there. They're affordable, easy gifts. So that being said, that's what I've got. Those are 10 gift ideas. The most expensive one is $150, the Orba 2. The cheapest one is a socks at $10. So most of these, all these things are under $100 for sure. Most are under 50. So I hope that's useful. So you got a couple weeks. Get out there, go buy some stuff. Click on the links below, and they will take you to the product information. Thanks for watching. Happy holidays. Happy Hanukkah. Merry Christmas.